What is going on, everybody? It is another Tuesday night, which means another episode of the MVS Show. Before we get started here, I just want to thank our sponsor, Tech Ventures. The goal at Tech Ventures is to collaborate closely with founders throughout all the investment and fundraising stages, turning their visions into successful companies. Since 2020, Tech Ventures has helped into profitable businesses that make an impact on industries, communities, and beyond. For more information, visit rtechventures.com. Marquez, how we doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Can't complain.
Not bad. Not bad. Got playoff baseball, which Jimmy knows all about. I'm assuming you're keeping an eye on the game to see who the Rays are going to play.
Definitely 100%.
Who are you hoping for?
I don't care. As long as they don't beat the Rays, we're good.
Perfect answer.
That's a real solid answer. As always, the next question, how are the pups?
They're good. The little one's right here at my feet, and the other one is outside in the backyard barking at the dog next door.
Perfect.
Is Spade feeling better? You said last week it looked like he was a little sick.
Yeah, he's good now. He's hanging out. He's hanging out right here at my feet.
Yeah. Was he just missing you think, or just random puppy stuff?
Nah, I think he got a little sick from daycare. You know how it is. A bunch of dogs.
Can't trust him. Not everyone takes care of him like you, MVS.
Nah, definitely not.
So I have to address this right away because this is a game that I played all the time as a little kid. On GameCube was my game of choice, but NBA Street Volume 2.
Yep.
You claim you are undefeated on it.
I am.
What system did you play it on?
Well, I played it on PlayStation growing up, and now I have it on my PSP. So
you're still playing it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you have like a go-to lineup or like one player that as long as he was on your team, like everyone was screwed?
Nah, I didn't have a go-to lineup, to be honest. Yeah, I didn't have a go-to lineup.
So you just literally any player too, just you play that game, everyone's messed up.
And now like just look at like playing it now, the graphics are terrible compared to like today's. But I still have a blast playing it though.
Yeah. What about NFL Street? Was that ever a thing you got into?
Yeah. I beat that was the first game that I got on my PSP, so I beat that.
Oh, that's awesome. See, that's a lineup. Even now, my buddy found his old PS2, so we were playing it this summer. I had ACL surgery, so I literally was just a couch potato for like 3 weeks, and all I did was play NFL Street 2. And I had my lineup from back. It was Randy Moss, Michael Vick. Obviously, if you don't have him, you're an idiot. But yeah, no, I still have my lineup down. So I'll get it.
I've been playing NFL Street 3, so the one with Chad Johnson on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was the best one, to be honest.
Really? See, I thought number 2. You think they'll ever remake it? That's the one game I'd pick.
I would definitely would love to see them remake that or NBA Street. Twisted Metal. I would love to see them remake that. I would also love to see them remake Def Jam, Vendetta, Fight for New York. I would love to see them make the 50 Cent game. I would love to see that one get remade. NBA Ballers. I love that game too.
Yep.
So yeah, I think those are my like 5 or 6 games that I would love to see remade.
Did you ever play NBA Live 2003? That was like, with Jason Kidd on the cover?
Probably. I was like maybe 9 years old. So
yeah, that was another game for me because that was one where like it didn't matter what dunk it was, you were pulling it on anybody. Like you do like a 360 windmill Vince Carter dunk in like traffic. It was my favorite thing. I thought that was real life.
So as we all know, I'm a huge gamer. What's the difference between NFL Street and Blitz?
NFL Street is like pickup football, like in the park. And then Blitz is like arena league football.
Yeah. We played that. We played that, but it always just turned into
arena.
Yeah, turned into like just beating the piss out of each other.
Yeah, that's more so what it's like arena league football.
The leg bombs after every play.
Yeah, or shooting yourself up just to get through the next 3 plays or whatever. Yeah, It's crazy. Man, out there with a broken leg. Say shoot him up.
Hey,
like, what?
Greg Jennings did it on Madden. Anyone can do it now.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
What games are you playing now, Marquez?
Well, obviously, Call of Duty is the biggest game. I got 2K, but I haven't really tapped into it yet. I kind of got a bad taste in my mouth for like the last few years on 2K, so I got to really like lock back in to play that game. But I used to love it. 2K17 was like probably the best 2K that they have ever made. It was the most consistent, and now it's just like all over the place lately.
Who was on the
What's
cover of 17? Sorry, Todd. I just wonder. I know the 2Ks by the cover. Who was on that one?
Um, I want to say it was the Kobe edition. Let's see.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Technology. I could have done that too, I guess. Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, it was the Kobe edition. And the Paul George. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I had the Kobe edition, so I do remember that. Definitely remember the Mamba edition. This is the one.
Oh yeah, I got you.
That was the one that I had. Not on Xbox, though. I was a big PlayStation guy. Never been an Xbox guy.
Good choice.
what's like? Do you still get? I know the gaming world is kind of an equalizer for most people. Do you still get a lot of 13-year-olds talking trash to you when you're playing?
Yeah. Well, obviously, you can hear them like on Call of Duty. You can hear them when they die, so you can like tell how old they are. Like they
Yeah.
might be crying or cursing you out or whatever. So it varies in ages. I've had some girls, had some young kids, had some old guys. So yeah, I did all of that.
What's more annoying to you, just like the trash talk you get from like 10-year-olds on Call of Duty, or when you have fans online commenting about what NFL players are doing? What's more infuriating?
Um, I mean, honestly, I don't listen to any fans about anything football related,
Smart.
so that won't ever really that won't ever bother me. And I think just the kids is just funny, killing
Yeah.
them or whatever. So I mean, it makes it super competitive no matter how old they are. I just love that. So I rather that all day.
Oh yeah. I would say the stuff my kids say to each other in class, I can just imagine what they're doing at home, like where there's no adult around.
That's funny.
So, you were recently rocking a Mighty Ducks jersey.
hmm
Were you a fan of those movies growing up, or
100%.
yeah?
100%.
What else were you watching growing up?
Um, Big movie guy as a kid. Obviously, all the Disney movies. Um, I mean, I watched a bunch of movies as a kid. I mean, I watched probably a lot more movies um, that I should not have watched as a kid growing up.
Yeah.
A lot of scary movies. I was always into scary movies. I mean, till this day. But I love suspense and action movies. But I think the Mighty Ducks, the Flying V was something that I found that jersey. I'm like, man, I got to get this one. This is dope. The Conway jersey, definitely one of the all-time greats.
What was your favorite Mighty Ducks one?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going for the last one. NFL
Yeah.
Street 3 Mighty Ducks. See, again, it's 2 for me. I like where they Team USA. I
Yeah.
like that one. Where they
So
get,
being a fan of scary movies, are you looking forward to the new Scream coming out next year?
Nah, I'm kind of looking forward to this Halloween one though. It's coming out on the 15th, so I think I might go see that one in a movie theater or something.
Yeah, Scream was like the first scary movie that I watched when I was way too young to watch it, but understood it. And I couldn't look at that mask for years. And now that it's popping back up into like timelines and stuff, it's just like I can't do scary movies anymore because I'm a giant pansy, but that happens.
I think the first scary movie I've ever watched was like the Leprechaun.
oh yeah.
I think it was like Leprechaun, like Tales from the Hood or something like that. And then I watched Chucky or Child's Play. And then it kind of scarred me for life, so I'm like afraid of clowns. But I think those were like this 3 scary movies that I remember as a kid, like as a young kid growing up watching.
Have you seen the new Candyman?
Nah, I haven't.
That's what's on my. I'm like Todd, a pansy when it comes to scary movies, but that's when I want to watch. I really love the director. With
Yeah, I heard it was actually pretty good, but I haven't checked that one out.
I gotcha. But you're talking before you mentioned action movies. So obviously one of the best action movies of all time. Were you the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan when you were younger?
Oh, Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no. Like as a young kid, yeah. As I got a little bit older and seeing how unrealistic it was, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's kind of like
Yeah.
watching wrestling, you know.
Yeah.
What do
Go
you
ahead.
mean? What are you saying? Wrestling's not real?
Yeah, same thing.
What? Oh,
Same concept there.
MVS was that kid in like third grade, not even third grade, first grade, telling kids Santa's not real. Like,
Yeah, that
hey,
was
by the
definitely
way,
100%. That's definitely me.
that's gonna be my daughter too. We're not teaching her about Santa, so I'm just gonna tell her like, hey, if a kid's being mean to you, just ruin Santa.
This is the thing. Like, I work hard for these gifts. I bought them. I'm not gonna make this no imaginary person that's buying you these gifts. Nah, I worked hard. I bought these. That's
I'm gonna
be
write
me.
that down. That's gonna be word for word what I say to her.
Literally, I bought these. I worked way too hard to give this to somebody else.
I like that. Not that I ever have to be Santa, hopefully, but I'm definitely going to start using that on other people. What shows do you have in rotation right now? Is there anything that you just like throw on for background noise or constantly kind of watching?
I just finished the Squid Games. My favorite TV shows like all time, Martin, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, White Collar, Burn Notice. Those are
Yes.
like my top 4. I can turn those on at any given time and watch it and be okay. You know, no matter what time of day it is, I can just watch it for hours and hours and hours. Um, Always liked Law and Order SVU. That
Yes.
was one of those shows that you kind of, if it's like a marathon on and you sit there and watch one episode, you're gonna be there for like 7 hours
Yep.
because
Mhm.
they just go back to back. And I think those are like my like top 5.
Have you watched the new Law and Order with Stabler now that he's back on TV?
Nah, I actually have yet to watch a Law and Order like live when they come on TV. It's always like reruns or something, or like
Yeah.
marathons or like Netflix. I've never actually caught one when it's on like Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Like, nah, never.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't ruin anything for you. I'll let you catch up on it in a couple weeks.
SVU is always one of those that like, if it's on a streaming platform, I'm not going to watch it. But if I catch one of its, like you said, the marathon on USA, like, don't bother me. I'm here all day.
What about you posted a tweet about with a GIF or GIF, I don't even know what you call it, from New Girl, Schmidt from New Girl. Do you like that
Mhm.
show?
I've actually watched a couple of those episodes. They're actually pretty funny. But I haven't like sat there and like got super into it. But I definitely have watched a few of those episodes, and I actually liked it. It was a cool little show.
Yeah.
It was a cool little show.
My son is named after Winston from that show, the one that wears all the funky shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's as long as he grows up as weird as him, I'll be happy. That's the only reason I named him that.
It's funny.
Todd, go ahead.
You put Love Don't Cost a Thing in your top 10 movies.
Mm-hmm.
What are some others that are in there?
Bad Boys 2,
Yes.
Friday, Law Abiding Citizen, Transformers, Dark Knight, Iron Man. I don't know. That's probably a good list off the top of my head.
So you go Bad Boys 2, and like Jimmy was saying, you kind of grab the D3, Street or NBA Street 3. Why not one of the last Fridays? You're the original Friday on that one?
Yeah, I think just
because they got bad after that.
Like I honestly I loved all of them. But I think the original Friday was one of those ones that was like super like organic and like super like raw. Like they had a super low budget and like didn't have a lot of resources, but it was such a great movie, a great concept, and like I think it was just a huge platform for like all those people to take their career somewhere. You know, a lot of those guys didn't have any type of like big name in the acting world. So I think that was just like super dope for that movie to be one of those movies you can put on right now and still get the same feeling that you got when it was made 20 years ago.
I still, every time I'm putting hot sauce on my burrito, sing about it. Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
I wish I could unhear that.
I nailed that, Jimmy. You be quiet. So speaking of music, you've got music on your 6 selections on Instagram.
hmm
Is that just like your vibe playlist? Is that a compilation of you and your buddies that are doing 6 selections, or is that like pregame stuff for you?
Nah, so the whole basis behind it, because we don't want to just be a clothing line, we want to be a lifestyle brand. So we're kind of transitioning from strictly clothing line into doing more things about just lifestyle. Obviously, with the name lifestyle brand, that's kind of what it is. And so we all come up with the playlist together and say, this is what we're gonna, this is the vibe that we're going for this week, and then, in 2 weeks we'll have a different vibe, and just kind of give us insight of this is our life, this is the kind of things that we listen to, and I think it'll be, a cool little transition from clothing line to lifestyle. Obviously, clothing is still going to be our center point, but we want to be able to give our lifestyle. Not just be a clothing line that sells shirts. We want to be a lifestyle brand that tells us all about who we are as people.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. And I mean, your buddies that are doing that. You want to talk about them a little bit? Who are they? Guys you grew up with or met in college, or how did you kind of
Yeah,
get to
so
know this group of guys?
we all played football together in high school. I've known one of them since I was in pre-K. Like if I ever get married, he'll be my best man. Obviously they'll all be, in the in my groomsmen, but obviously the one I've known since pre-K, he'll be my best man. And then the other two I met in high school, and we just kind of been friends ever since. And we all had like the same like mindset about how we operated, how we handled ourselves, on and off the field, how we worked, how we took things serious. And we kind of like started this group message like when group messaging first started. I might have been like a senior in high school, and we started like a group message, and it's been holding on since. We've had the same like title as the group message since then. And like I said, it probably goes all the way back until like 2012 of all these messages that we've had with one another. And we've just been best friends ever since.
Were you guys all just rocking like self-made bowl cuts to high school one day, and you were like, best
Nah,
friends?
definitely not. Definitely not that. Definitely not that.
That stopped at 5 when you had your first one?
Yeah, that was a young one. I was probably in like second grade when that happened.
Okay, I got you. But yeah, no, sticking with that, because this is, I love when one of the things, I think his name's Dior. He worked for the NFLPA. One of the things he did was like that hashtag athlete and kind of like showed players outside of just the realm of football, because there's so much more. And so I was diving into kind of the 6 selection stuff, and one of your business partners or your friends is an MMA fighter.
hmm
Is that something like you're into, or you just kind of look at him like you're a little crazy?
Nah, I mean, it was something that he didn't even know he was into. Like I said, we all played football. We all went to college and played football. And once he was done, he was just trying to find something to kind of stay in shape. And so he like went to like a boxing gym and like started sparring with this guy. He's like, hey, like, can I work out with you? And he was like, man, you're really good at it. You should try picking it up. And it kind of just snowballed into him doing that, and now he's getting into MMA. Like I said, he's been doing it for maybe like a year and a half, but he's had a couple fights. He hasn't lost any yet, so won a few minor belts, but he's rolling, and that's kind of what we are as people. Like we're good at a lot of things. We never want to limit ourselves, and that's just why we're our name is 6 selection. Successful, innovative kings. So like I said, obviously I made it the highest with being a professional athlete, but all of my friends have done great things and are successful. Even if they didn't make it to the NFL, they're still very successful in the things that they're doing in their life.
Have you ever considered jumping in and doing even just like MMA training or anything like that?
No, I've done boxing. In the offseason, I do a lot of boxing training because it's a good cardio,
Yeah.
different type of cardio.
I got you. That makes sense. All right. Kyle, if you want to put up one of our fan questions that you found in there. All right. So Ryan Bowman asks, who wins in a Madden battle between you and Kurt Bankert?
I mean, I hate Madden. I'm not gonna say he's gonna beat me. Obviously, I'm super competitive, so I'm never gonna say I'll lose. But obviously, he plays that game a little more than I do because I haven't played Madden in, I don't know, maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
But I'll still, get in there and get it in.
So if you really want to challenge, you would be NFL Street too, like for a real
Yeah.
competition.
Mhm.
Makes sense. Stream that on Twitch.
I don't think
Awesome.
PlayStation 2s have that quality anymore.
I'll give
and
him a call.
capability.
I'll set it up. I got you.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, as always, MVS, thank you very much for jumping on with us. If you want to let the people know where to follow you, if they're not already, I'm sure most of them, they should be if they're not. But if you want to do that and give a shout out at all, that'd be great.
Yeah, man. Obviously all my socials are the same, MVS11. The pup socials are Ace and Spade _11. So you want to check their Instagram out, show them some love. They're pretty cool on there too. So
Awesome. Well, thanks, Marquez, for joining us, and we'll catch you next week.
all right, fellas.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Too.
Oh, that made me nervous when my face was that big. I didn't like that. Thanks for fixing that, Kyle. Who won? Are you unfrozen now?
No, that was me.
Oh, who won last week? No one.
Yeah,
'cause
I should be.
MVS didn't.
I hope so. Yeah, we're probably not going to do any bets on the stats this week either.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's still out for at least a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Which is fine because it gives us a chance to dive into a little bit more about who Marquez is and bring out the person in him. I think we've all seen his career on the field and the ups and downs he's had there. So it's great to love don't cost a thing being in his top 10. That one caught me off guard, especially with the rest of them. The rest of them that are in there are all like action movies.
Yeah.
Or like, okay.
I was really hoping he'd go like Iron Man, Transformers, My Best Friend's Wedding, and just kind of like slide that one in. No, it was cool though. Like they have to get so sick of getting football questions all the time.
Yeah.
So we're doing God's work. Blues
Absolutely.
Brothers.
Leaving it to us two morons to get to the bottom of this stuff. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Be sure to give all of our socials a follow. Facebook, Twitter @GameOnWI. Jump onto YouTube. Give us a follow there so that you don't miss anything that we are putting out. What do we have? Today's Tuesday. We've got Lombardi's Bar tomorrow at 7:30 Central. And then we have Open Books, new day and time coming after that at 8:30 Central, I believe. So we will see you guys tomorrow night. And if we miss you then, we'll catch you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.